Ever feel like you're stuck and don't have much time to seek out what to eat, where to go, plan, or how to get rid of the dirty laundry? Think of this. What if you can plan all these things right at your fingertips? Access the right data at the right time. Your needs customized. Mobile engineering. AI. All weaved into your smartphone so that you can experience and discover the things you never knew you needed. Meet StreetBy. With just one tap, embrace technology and simplify. Get access to products and services just around the corner. Or better yet, uncover treasures of food, places, activities, events, all according to your interests. Didn't get enough milk tea? Get it delivered right where you want it. Feeling pumped up to get out? Get a hold of that sweet drink right at the shop and discover that there are so much more flavors to choose from. Sit down, browse, book, pay, and sip to your belly's content without ever lining up over the counter. Thinking of exploring? Book ahead on places, services, resorts, events, even a getaway for the weekend in another city. Everything you want, everything you need. And a few you thought you didn't in just a few taps. Oh, wait, your phone charger. Don't worry, tap away and here you go. Let us break it down. Geolocation, data algorithms, real-time computing. We have explored the power of technology to ensure that we turn your tastes into data and use it for a better personalized experience. Together, let's rediscover lifestyle. When you're about to start your day, our Rediscover Lifestyle technology will collect all the data based on your visits, interests, intents, and sum that up to provide the offers that you prefer to discover. You might get surprised by some of the offers. StreetBy can be your everyday buddy from the moment you wake up until you wrap up your day. So skip the hassle, simplify the complex, be connected and rediscover. Your lifestyle may change and StreetBy will help you through it. StreetBy, your super app.
So I think we had a technical difficulty, the awesomeness of being live, but let me just repeat myself a couple more times or one more time. But again, welcome to our StreetBy SME1. This is our episode 2, and we're super excited to talk about today's topic, which we'll share with you in a few minutes. We also have 3 different guests for today. But before we introduce our 3 guests, I would like to invite everybody. For those who are watching us live, please share the link of our Facebook Live. That way your friends, your family, and the local small, medium enterprise community can join us, join the conversation today, and really get to see the different talks and presentation from our guests. With that being said as well, I'm going to invite everybody, if you haven't followed us on Facebook and Twitter, please do so. We have different content, we have different promotions that we post on our Facebook page. So it will be awesome if you actually join us. And don't forget to hashtag StreetBy and hashtag SME1. So with that being said, again, for those of you who are just joining us, thank you again for taking the time to join us on our 2nd episode of SME1. And what I would like to do before we proceed is just really want to say thank you to all of our customers, all of our partner merchants all over Mindanao for supporting StreetBy. My name is Sherry Ann Liangoy. I am one of the co-founders and the COO of StreetBy. And, for those of you who are familiar with StreetBy, you are very much in the know that one of our major priorities is to make sure that we're providing an affordable mobile platform for our SMEs. And that is exactly why we came up with SME1. SME1 is dedicated to our small, medium enterprises, especially right now during the time of pandemic. We truly understand and we know how you feel. There's so many concerns, there's so many challenges, and SME1 webinar series is where we give you different topics that could potentially help you embrace the new normal and maneuver in this new normal that we're facing right now. So with that being said, our topic for today is business financial assistance during the pandemic. So we invited 3 different guest speakers, and the 3 subset topics of our discussion today are as follows. We have SME financial partner, which is our co-ops, and then we also have business opportunities amidst coronavirus crisis. Even though there is this crisis that we're facing right now, we still have many brave entrepreneurs out there that have launched different kinds of businesses and startup to truly support the community during the tough times that we're facing. And last but not the least, we're also going to talk about how StreetBy is going to be able to help our SME partners, our merchant partners, in increasing your sales. All right. So without further ado, let me introduce you our first speaker, and that is Miss Rhoda Pellerin. She is the CEO of Model Cooperative Network, and Rhoda has been into development for work for more than 20 years, focusing on advocacy and enterprise development work. So Miss Rhoda works on various issues that affect the marginalized sector, especially in Mindanao. So we're truly pleased to have Rhoda Pellerin in our lineup of speakers today. So I will give the floor to her in a little bit, but let me also introduce you to our second speaker. Karen Lacadin is our founder at Clevergrit Services. Karen has extreme experience in community building, and I have personally seen this myself. I attended one of the events in Bukidnon where Karen spearheaded, and I'm truly a fan of Miss Karen. She is a startup founder. She opened doors for job opportunities, as well as created strong team of volunteers during the recent startup weekend in Bukidnon. So I'm truly, truly excited to hear some of the things that Karen's doing, especially right now, where we truly need inspiring women in the community, showing what we can do to help each other. And then last but not the least, we have our very own Cristel Naire, our sales manager here at StreetBy. And this is truly proud to say that Cristel is, has really grown here at StreetBy. She used to be our account manager in General Santos City, and she is now leading our sales team. She has a degree of Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, and was a business development officer from her previous company. And we are truly lucky to have her leading our team of sales team here at StreetBy. So with that being said, again, for those of you who are just joining us, please help us spread the news that we're live doing this SME webinar right now. Please share the link for our live SME1 webinar. That way your friends, your family, and the SME community in your local cities can actually join us as well. So without further ado, oh wait. Somebody nagpapa-shout out. Shout out to Jason and our delivery team, StreetBy team in Iligan, as well as in Cagayan de Oro. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching us. And okay, without further ado, what I'd like to do is I want to give the floor. I want to bring in our first speaker. Miss Rhoda, are you there?
Hello, good afternoon, Miss Cherry.
Hello, thank you so much for joining us today. I know you're super busy, but you really still took time to be with us. So I know you're in Davao, right?
Yes, I am. I'm Davao City.
Kumusta atong mga silingan sa Davao?
I think we're okay. It's almost like normal here. The new normal, of course.
Yes, we're all trying to embrace and get used to the new normal, right? Ms. Rhoda, I'm not gonna take further of your time. I'm gonna give you the floor. That way you can talk a little bit about, what are the different things that the co-op is doing during this time. And then after your presentation, we'll just have a quick discussion, and we'll also try to see if we have questions from the audience.
Sure, Miss Cheryl. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share to the SME community how cooperatives can be our partner in growing your business, especially in this time of in these trying times where we are embracing the new normal. So I am going first. I'm going to be presenting. Wait here. So I think many of you have already heard about what a cooperative is, but you might have varied ideas on what it is like. But a cooperative, for one thing, can be defined as a business organization, just like your businesses. The only difference is that it is owned and run jointly by its members who share in the costs because they are also owners of the business, and of course in the gains and the benefits, and which would mean that members of the cooperatives are also the consumers of the cooperative business. Okay, so how is it different from other business entities that operate in the country? First, as defined, it is owned by its members, therefore it is controlled by the members themselves. So it's the members that decide what happens in a cooperative. So how would the business go on is decided upon by the members. Secondly, it is owned, of course, so it's the members who contribute capital so that the business can operate. And of course, as owners, they get a share in the income or in the surplus from the business operation. And it is also operated by members. Very small cooperatives may be directly operated by its members. However, if it becomes too big for each member to have direct participation in the operation, then members contribute by jointly shouldering the cost of operating the business. And most importantly, it is patronized by the members because a cooperative is supposed to offer products and services that are needed by its members. So the consumers of the co-op's products and services would be the member themselves. So that's how it is different from the other business organization. But on the part of the SMEs, how could you benefit from membership with the cooperative? Well, there are and types of cooperatives that are operating in the country. For example, there are the consumer cooperatives, or these are the cooperatives that that operate their own grocery stores or consumer stores. So, as an SME, you could be a distributor of the cooperative could be a distributor of your products, these consumer cooperatives. And there are also labor service cooperatives, and they can provide you SMEs with workers and other labor related services. And of course, there are a lot of agricultural co-ops in the country. Most members of the agri-co-ops are our farmers, so they are the direct producers of agri-products. So these co-ops could be your supplier of raw materials if you are involved in value adding and production of agricultural goods. And of course, the most popular, and I think the most number of co-ops in the country are the credit cooperatives. So these are cooperatives that have bank-like operations. They offer several banking and lending services to its members. And this is usually the SME's financial partner, not just in accessing of loans, but they can also be your partner in savings management, and also in building your own capital and wealth. Okay, so how can we do this? Well, of course, in order to participate and engage with a cooperative, you will have to be a cooperative member. And it's not hard to become a cooperative member. Most cooperatives are very welcoming of whoever would be interested in joining their business organization. When you're already in a cooperative, you would meet a lot of people that are also into business, and that would be an opportunity to network and to learn from them, and also to do business with them. So because each co-op will have a common bond of interest, then I am sure that you can meet and work with like-minded individuals in a cooperative, and hopefully by building that network, that would be of help to your own business endeavors as well. And secondly, of course, if you are going to partner and become a member of a credit savings and credit cooperative, you would get access to a wide array of financial services. One of them is that they offer saving services to its members. And usually, cooperatives offer higher interest rates on savings deposits compared to other financial institutions. And the best thing about this one is that it is tax-free. So if you could look at your bank accounts, every time they credit the interest earned from your savings deposit, you would see that there is a 20% withholding tax. But if it is with the cooperative, since the cooperative has a tax-free status, granted tax-free status by the government, then you'd get the interest on your savings in whole, and without the required taxes from the government. Another product or another service that you could avail of from the cooperative, and I think this would be the most popular. Most cooperatives have loan services for individual business owners. As you can see, co-ops can only transact business with individual or natural persons. So most of their business loans are actually tailored fit for a sole proprietor business or individual business owners. And the good thing about this is that from the interest that you pay from your loan availed of in a cooperative, you get patronage refund or a rebate at the end of a year, as that would represent a rebate or your share for patronizing the loan services of the cooperative. And of course, because as a co-op member, you will have to put in capital. You have to share in the capital of the cooperative. It is called the share capital or your investment in the co-op. Cooperatives usually have higher rate of return on investments than any other investment vehicles I know in the country. Although it might be small, because co-ops only require a small amount of capital investment or capital contribution for its members. But if you are going to compute the rate of return, it's actually higher than most investment vehicles that are available. Okay, so I think that would be enough incentive for each individual, each business owner to become a member of a cooperative. But here's a tip: if you are going to choose a co-op to transact with and to become a member with, choose a cooperative that is certified Focus. Focus stands for Finance Organization Achieving Certified Credit Union Standards. Focus certification would mean that this cooperative is compliant with international prudential standards, and that would mean that their business is safe and they are operating soundly, and that it's going to be a sustainable social enterprise. So that would mean that you don't have to worry about losing your money or having your cooperative go bankrupt anytime. For as long as the Focus certification is there, it is a third party certification that tells you that this cooperative is financially strong and in a healthy state of doing business. I think that's all. Thank you so much for this opportunity to present. Ms.
Hello, Miss Rhoda. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. That was a very, very insightful presentation. I myself learned so much. So I truly appreciate the learnings that you've kind of shared with us today. I do have a couple questions, and we might also have a couple questions from the audience, but I'm gonna start. Well, first of all, I'm really pleased to hear about the agri co-op that you've talked about earlier, right? Especially right now, the pandemic has also impacted our financial state as a country, and it's truly, in my perspective, my opinion, it's really crucial that we support each other, especially the local produce and the local products that we create here in the community. So I'm super pleased about the agri co-op that you talked about earlier. My ask is that, in the last 3 to 6 months, since the pandemic happened, what are some of the changes that you've noticed on the behaviors of your members, and how has it impacted the co-op in general?
Well, first of all, Ms. Karen, I'd like to say something about the agri cooperatives. I was in Maragusan yesterday. We visited an agricultural cooperative there, and I am happy to report that the agri-co-ops are actually one of the least affected by the pandemic. So they are business as usual, and we see that their operations even grew, even with the quarantines and all the restrictions that are going on. So we could say that they would be among the least affected within the business sector. But anyway, for all the other types of cooperatives, I think the biggest change is that there is this realization for businesses and for cooperatives to use technology and online platforms as a part of doing business. I think the lockdowns and the restrictions necessitated that cooperatives will have to continue to communicate and engage its members and the market, and the online platforms and other technologies that are available are actually now seen as an integral part of doing business with their members. And it wouldn't matter if you're a big cooperative or a small cooperative, because technology is actually very important now, and was really able to help the cooperatives cope with the demands of the new normal.
Nice. You know, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because the second question that I've kind of wrote down during your presentation, you've already alluded to it. And you know, you talked about the digital economy, and I wrote here, what can you say about the digital and e-commerce adaptation of consumers, and what have the co-op community done to address the increased need, or the fact that our consumers nowadays, they're the ones that are really dictating the innovation in e-commerce. Are there any changes or any enhancements that a lot of the co-op community are doing to support the need for this?
Yes, Miss Cheryl, before the pandemic, before this situation, a lot of cooperatives were hesitant to invest in technology or even use these technologies, as they see this as costly and may not be necessary after all. However, the pandemic opened our eyes to the need for us to migrate and shift to new modes of doing business with our members. So I guess there is now more openness, and even though it's externally driven, because it's the members and it's the market that's actually dictating that we have to go into using technologies and other online platforms. But I am happy to see a lot of cooperative leaders and managers are readily embracing the fact that we have to go with the times, and of course there is that need to invest and to put resources into these technologies so we can continue to deliver services to our members.
That's really good to hear, especially for startup leaders like us. We're always trying to help the community, different industries in the community, to embrace technology. So thank you for sharing that. Miss Rhoda, I'm gonna come back to you a little bit later. I'm gonna
Sure.
give the floor to our second speaker, but please stand by. I'm sure we have a lot more questions from our audience. So for this time, let me turn it over and bring in our second speaker, Miss Karen. Are you there?
Yes, hi. Good afternoon. Live from Maramag, Bukidnon. Still in the
Hel-
highlands of Bukidnon.
Hello.
Hi. So happy to see you
Maayong
again.
hapon.
Mayong hapon.
Yes. Def- It's been a while, Miss Karen. I think I saw a Facebook flashback that
Mhm.
the event was a year ago. So that means it's been a year ago since the last time I've seen you.
Yeah, exactly. Personally, we've seen each other a year ago, pero there has been several events back and forth that we did together, and I will always be very very thankful for you and StreetBy for gracing the event. It has really exponentially grown the startup community in Bukidnon, and a lot of people, more people, are understanding the importance of innovation now.
Thank you for those kind words. I know that you prepared something for us, so I'm gonna hold back on my questions. I'm gonna give you the floor to talk about the topic today. And for me, this is very, very interesting because I have a lot of entrepreneur friends. I have a lot of traditional business friends, and many of them are hesitating in terms of opening a business or starting something new right now. So I'm excited to hear from you about business opportunities during this time of coronavirus. So take it away, Miss Karen.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Cherry. So today, thank you, StreetBuy, for having me. I'm going to discuss business opportunities amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. So The pandemic has really changed the landscape of businesses. It has changed the way the consumers react to things. And it is something that we cannot control. We just have to accept that, just like just how you see the meme on the slide. Um, we really cannot control it. In a bit, siguro, no, by keeping safe, staying safe, making sure that our families are safe. But these are things that are beyond our control. But it is also the best time to innovate. Um, Sometimes I want to say, if I hear the word new normal again, my God, sumuka siya paminawan. But guys, it is something that we really need to accept. So I'm going to show you a heat map of top industries that are affected with the corona crisis. So this is according to a study. So long-term, na industries that are affected by the pandemic: apparel, non-food retail, automotive, manufacturer, supply chain, gaming, travel, tourism, and leisure. A lot of places, tourist destinations are not functioning anymore, or lahi na gid ang ilahang pag take of mga guests. The way they do business has changed because of the pandemic. It's good to hear that a lot of places have resumed business, but still, sometimes some of them are already in 50% capacity only, and that is also impacting the business. So moderate term, we have the chemicals, agriculture, steel producers, media, metals and mining, tech and hardware, oil, gas, manufacturing, service companies, property developers. These are affected moderately. Now, for short term, dali ra kayo naka-recuperate ang construction materials, nga mga businesses, waste management, food and food retail. So mga necessities has already recuperated, or some of them are recuperating. So you have equipment, transportation, packaging, telecoms. Now, these are the industries with positive impact. So internet service companies, as we can see, exponentially rise ang demand sa mga laptops, mga gadgets, because of the new normal that is being implemented. So a lot of students are already gearing towards the blended learning, because that is a lot of schools are doing so. So we have online retailers, nagkadaghan ang mga resellers na karon. So daghan na kay mga online sellers nag-pivot sila from their regular day jobs into doing businesses selling online, and that's a good thing. Also, we've seen growth in virtual events and networking, just like what we're doing right now. So this could have been an event where we gather people, we gather micro, small, and medium enterprises in a place, and then we exchange ideas, we do networking. Also, EdTech companies and digital payments and online contracts. These are businesses that has seen growth. The source of this study is Global Linker SME Networking. You can find more information at globallinker.com. Now, how can technology help? Because asa man ta karon ning adto, diba? The best path to move forward is to embrace technology. A lot of parents really had to study how to work on their Facebook account. So, hi sa akong mama, she's already using Facebook. And that is one thing that we have seen an increase of usage with. Now, how can technology help address these challenges? First of all, for small businesses, or for those businesses, or for people who are thinking about starting up a business, make sure that there is a certain platform, or there is a way for your target audience to reach you virtually. So just like, again, what we're doing right now, we're doing this virtually. A lot of seminars are done virtually. DTI in Bukidnon are doing a lot of efforts to still provide services even amidst the pandemic. So going virtual, or creating a platform where your users can get your services, can see what you're selling, is important. I want to share otopbukidnon.com. It's a new website that is supported by DTI Provincial Office in Bukidnon. That is where you can see products that is Bukidnon made. So to those friends who are really interested in buying Bukidnon made products, you can visit otopbukidnon.com. That way, you can also help our local farmers and our local makers here in Bukidnon. So, second, we should remember that it's not just you. So for those existing businesses that is greatly affected, especially katong time nga, the couriers are not available to send parcels. Just understand that it's not just you. Don't cancel or don't initiate cancellation. Maybe you can actually tell your customers that, I can provide you with what you have ordered. I can provide you these services, but there is a delay. So there might be like a 2-week delay or something like that. So just communicate with your customers. Again, the B2B e-commerce platforms are necessary as well for us to be able to reach our potential clients. So online networking is also very important. As you know, a lot of people are afraid to go out, and it's much, much safer to stay in your homes to protect our families and ourselves as well. So there are ways to be able to network online, and this is one of the things that what we're doing right now is an example. Now, in the supply chain, there is nagi mga developments nga kahitabo. So before, there was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of manual things, but now it has changed. So technology, it has helped advance how we do business. Now, innovation is indeed the driving force of the economy because it develops more entrepreneurs and creates more jobs. Us in the startup community, this is what we are trying to introduce to the countryside, especially, or to everyone. Startups are not just tech startups, or it doesn't have to be an app always. So a startup business can be anything from a product that you have created from leaves of products that or trees that grow in your backyard. So if you have cinnamon, if you have lagundi leaves or whatever, and then you have developed a product out of those, that is actually part of innovating, and you can build a startup from that. So a startup is a company or a project. This is a very long definition of what startup is, but essentially startups are just profitable solutions. So these are solutions that solves pressing issues in the community. StreetBy is one of the perfect examples. I have experienced, especially spending a lot of time in the city. When I went back to the countryside, I couldn't order food because it wasn't available. Wala naga-deliver. But StreetBy was in Valencia City, and that really helped me continue doing what I do. So since I work at home, I just order food. One of the early riders of StreetBy in Valencia City know me very well because he's always the rider that brings me the food. And it doesn't only just help us mga small business owners as well, but it also helps a lot of the community, mga small businesses in the community. So it is a startup that gathers together people in the community and also helps small businesses. So when you want to build something, also remember to build something that you would use. So if you are building or if you're making a food product, make sure that you would want to eat it. It's as simple as that. And also listen to the market. Identify if you're selling just as simple as a food cart, diba? If it's summer, would you sell tea or hot tea? Diba? You would sell something refreshing. It's as simple as that. And timing also matters. It's very important. Just like what I said, during summer, we don't want to sell something hot. We want to sell something that is refreshing and it's needed. And then it's also important to build the team. For now, I am only able to do what I do because I have a very strong support system. I have a 2-month-old son, and it's hard to commit to anything. But because I have a very strong support system, it is possible, and I'm very thankful for that. Now, I wanted to share something about the Sustainable Development Goals, but I guess we're pressed for time. You can reach out to me at LinkedIn. You can also book a calendar via Calendly, and also you can send me an email. So that's it for me. Thank you, Miss Sherry.
Karen, you talked about your son, and I see your photos on Facebook, and it's really nice to see that despite your busy schedule, the work from home is also, kind of
Mhm.
benefiting. You're benefiting from that, and spending time with your son. So
Yes, exactly. It's not gonna be rainbows and butterflies, I must say. It's hard. I haven't felt so tired in my entire life, but this has been the happiest I've been ever as well. So yeah.
Well, congratulations again. And
Thank you.
even though you're saying that it's been tough and you're tired and
Mhm.
exhausting, I cannot even tell because your passion, especially when it comes to the community and making sure that you're really helping the community grow. Not just the startup community, but just the community across the board. It's very admirable. So thank you for your passion to helping us. Um,
Thank you. My pleasure.
you you've kind of mentioned a couple things earlier, and I kind of just want to elaborate on that. And by the way, before I forget, Karen, daghan tag nagapa shout out there. So ako asa ni sila i-shout out ha. Our friends from actually Nicole Santoa. Shout out to Nicole. Thank you for joining us. Shout out to our friends as well in Balay, Bukidnon. Ren Menyoza, thank you for always supporting StreetBy, always there for Ray and all of us. Um, and then there's actually a question here. Maybe we can start with this, Karen. We'll start with our audience question. Um, Jed Candido from Tagum City is asking, how should business owners handle business operations during this time? So maybe we could get your perspective, Karen. Especially you talked about innovation and technology. So yeah, what are your thoughts, Karen?
Yes, especially with small businesses, no, places we go. So, restaurants, eateries, mga small businesses, diba? We have a lot of new protocols to be followed. So, it is very important, and I'm advocating this, no? Your staff should be well trained to tell people calmly, or the way they welcome the guests. We have to take the temperature, we have to do the spraying thing, diba? So sometimes people, especially those who are traveling, they've been stuck at checkpoints, and it is tough. Everybody is having a tough time. So for businesses, I'd like to advocate into training the staff to be extra um, patient, no, when telling guests that, ma'am, sir, you have to step on the footbath, we have to take your temperature. Sometimes a little bit of patience can go a long way, especially for those who have traveled far and had a hard time reaching to where you are, reaching your business, and then pag abot nila, Ginoo ko, gisapot ang imong staff, nagmugot, 'di ba? So pag temperature, may nana pa lang, no, gisapot na daan ang imuhang staff, sus ang imong customer po gisapot pud kay na stuck sa checkpoint nga daghang kaayog mga requirements nga gipang kuan. So ana, to customers pod, it is important for us to be understanding as well and support our local businesses, especially that if we are having a hard time, these workers are also having a hard time. These are frontliners risking their lives, taking our temperature, making sure that we step on the footbath and this and that. So a little bit of patience can go a long way, Gyud. That's my take on this. We really have to gear our frontliners into, being more,
Tinood.
yes.
Especially naka-mask pa, tapos
Mm,
naka-kuan pag yun, so everybody's a little bit irritable. Okay, init kaayo and all, diba? So
yeah.
correct. I totally agree. By the way, Karen, while you were talking about this, it reminded me that you actually do partner up with a lot of the local, the LGU and DTI. So I know you do a lot of work with them. You do help them. Um, is there anything you can share, especially our SMEs who are, everybody's kind of struggling in some way right now, either it be naiuban, nag-struggle financially, naiuban, nag-struggle sa guidance because there's no playbook. Wala yun ta kabalo unsaon pag maneuver during this time sa pandemic. So with the work that you do with the LGUs and DTI, would you be able to share some of the available help that the government is providing, just based on your experience?
Yes, of course. I recently joined the online Kapatid Mentor Me program of DTI Region 10. So I am part of the first batch of the 2020 online mentees. So at first, but especially us in the tech industry, we kind of, government, it's hard to deal with them because the process, the political dynamics and this and that, the system is so old and this. So we tend to complain. But before, that's also my mindset before, but then when I joined, it really helped me a lot in making sure that I still continue the business despite of the pandemic. And see, I'm a new mom, so I was about to just say na, okay, I think I've done enough. It's okay, maybe I can stop right now. And but our partners in DTI Bukidnon, they are very very helpful into making sure that I can still join, and their guidance is exceptional. Gid kaayo. I learned a lot, especially in the financial aspect. I'm not an accountant. I'm not an expert in financial matters. So it was a big help, good. So we have the KMME. They're also inviting participants for the cohort 2, so the batch 2 of 2020. Also, we have technology business incubators. Make sure that you reach out to the schools. We have in UP Mindanao, the Upgrade Technology Business Incubator. We also have USEP Agilab. We also have one in Ateneo, Jason Occidental. Shout out. I forgot what the name was, but we also have Umasenso Hub of They have been doing a lot of programs to reach out to the community. Even if Asaka, we did something in Nabunturan recently with UP Mindanao's Upgrade. So we are able to reach the far-flung areas online because of these projects. So there are a lot of government programs, government-supported programs that we can join, and online networking is very important. So it is a huge help, and it will also allow you to find possible co-founders and really the advice that you need to continue the business. Yes.
Tama. Well, thank you for that reminder. So again, shout out to our friends at DTI, our LGUs, the schools, UP Min, USEP, Ateneo, Thank you so much for helping the community, especially the kids right now who are very passionate into coming up with new technology. So thank you. And Karen, thank you again. Very, very insightful. So hang in there. I'm going to bring in our third speaker, and then we'll come back. All of us will come back later, okay?
All right. Thanks.
All right. Perfect. So, wow, I've learned quite a few things. I hope for those of you who are just tuning in, thank you again for joining us. You are watching SME1 by StreetBy. This is one of our advocacy to make sure that we are helping the small, medium enterprises. We know it's really tough nowadays. Our lives have been turned upside down because of the pandemic, and you're not alone. You're not alone in bouncing back. StreetBy is here, naami diri, to support you guys. We are in this together. So, if you're just joining us, please help us spread the news by sharing the link for this live Facebook event. And please like our page, our Facebook page, as well as follow us on Twitter as well. so that you get to hear the new things that we're doing. You get to also see some of the promotions that were coming out. And talking about promotions, I'd like to give a shout out to some of the very important people that's helping StreetBy. These are our frontliners. I want to say hi and shout out to JV, our admin writer and CDO. Hello, JV, to you and your team. Also want to say hi to Ramsky Rams. Hello, thank you for your hard work. Salamat kaayo gyud for always being there for StreetBy and for our customers. All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring on Christelle Naire, our department sales manager. Christelle, we've already heard from the co-op network. We've already heard from our friends in the startup community on what we're doing and what are the things that they're doing to help the SMEs. I'm excited to give you the floor to talk about how are we a StreetBy, how are we doing, what are we doing to help the small, medium enterprises. So Christelle, take it away.
Thank you, Miss Cherry Ann. So I'm gonna share my screen for a while. Okay, so since the coronavirus was declared as a pandemic, a lot of doors closed. So many people and industry were affected. So lahat tayo, napilitan tayong mag-adjust para makasurvive. And we even adopted this so-called new normal. We ventured into something new. So inadapt natin yung new normal to our everyday life. But kahit may mga doors na nag-close, there are also doors that opened. So for me, that is a silver lining. And as part of StreetBy's commitment to bring innovative and affordable business solutions to everyone, we present to you our current feature, which is called the SME 1. So dun po sa mga nakapanood ng episode 1, we already said the background story of SME 1, and this is the primary reason kung bakit namin nagawa itong bagong feature na to. So it is our commitment to bring you affordable, innovative, and practical technology. So SME 1 is a StreetBy's way of giving you delivery partner on demand. So you can have your products delivered to your customers in just a few clicks. Also, we provide real-time access to StreetBy riders. So habang ongoing yung progress nung order, may kita siya real-time kung nasa na si rider, nasa ang part na tayo nung order, and kung na-receive na siya ni customer. And this is the best part. We offer no commission. So wala talaga kayong babayaran if you use the SME 1 feature. So these are the two main steps on how to use the SME 1. Merchant must register on this form. We will be giving you the special link. Actually, nakapost na siya sa main Facebook page namin, but we will also reshare this. And then our account manager will be in touch with you after. So bakit kailangan na si business owner member muna siya ng StreetBy or part muna siya ng merchant or partner merchant family? So it is because meron kaming page na ibibigay sa mga merchants para ma-customize. So in that page, malalagay niyo yung mga items nyo regardless kung gaano pa kadami yan. So limitless yung spots na ibibigay dun sa items dun sa specific page na ibibigay namin for every merchant. And that same page, yun din yung same page na gagamitin natin sa SME 1. So since September 1 when we launched SME 1, ito yung naging additional transaction. So merong mga merchants na nagkaroon ng average of 47% increase sa transaction nila. So apart po dun sa regular transaction, nagkaroon sila ng additional 47% na specifically galing lang sa SME1. So, we really see a really big opportunity for everyone for this feature. So here are the main difference nung pag naging regular merchants ka versus sa nadagdagan yung feature mo, which is SME1. So during a regular order, customer places order via StreetBy app. Then merchant confirms the order. After that, the rider will be assigned. And habang pinaprepare ni merchant yung order niya, rider will come and pick up and deliver. So that's the flow pag yung normal or yung regular transaction. Pero ito po yung magiging flow if under siya sa SME1. So si customer, magpe-place siya ng order via call, text, or Facebook Messenger. Then si merchant places the order via StreetBy app. So makikita niyo po kagad yung difference dun pa lang sa step 1 and sa step 2. So SME1 is also best for those merchants na nakaka-receive ng orders maliban sa StreetBy, nakaka-receive sila ng orders to deliver via call, text, or Facebook Messenger. And number 3, rider will be assigned. Merchant prepares the order and the rider will pick up and deliver. So as you can see po, ang main difference lang ng regular versus SME1 na merchant or transaction is the steps 1 and 2. So para mabigyan po kayo ng idea ano yung makikita ninyo once you avail our feature, so may makikita po kayong store icon on your merchant profile. This store icon will only be activated kapag nag-sign up tayo dun sa special link. Next is you will be able to add your customer details and browse through menu and add items to the cart. Ito po yung sinabi ko kanina na yung menu ninyo dun sa regular merchant profile, yun din yung menu na gagamitin natin sa SME1. So, using SME1, it is as if kayo si customer. You are placing the order on behalf kay customer. So, makikita po ninyo yung same items na nilagay nyo dun sa page nyo as a merchant. Same items lang din yung lalabas dun sa page as SME1. And then, meron pa rin kayong access sa list of transactions. Makikita ninyo dito yung full details kung like delivery pickup time, kailan in-order, kailan binook. Because available din sa SME1 yung magbubook in advance. And this is the real-time delivery update. So makikita po ninyo, meron tayong notice kung na-place na yung order, na-confirm, tapos nang i-prepare, and if rider is on the way to deliver the item. So I think that's it. Sa mga naka-tune in, feel free to ask any questions po on the comment section and we will be answering that later.
Del, thank you so much for sharing with our audience, how to avail SME1 and what it is about. I have a couple things here. I know that, first of all, I want to say thank you, Tel. Salamat gyud sa imuhang pag-help sa atong sales team. I know that this year has been a roller coaster ride, from before the pandemic. It's been very chaotic since the pandemic happened. We've pivoted to a lot of different services. We've kind of changed some of our business models. So it's been really hectic. So I just want to say thank you so much for your leadership. And you mentioned a couple of things earlier, and I wanted to kind of elaborate on that a little bit. The first thing I have here is that when you look at SME1, this is already our episode 2. We've launched SME1 last month, and we already have a few merchants who've already signed up. would you be able to share with us maybe one success story where a merchant signed up and they're using the service and maybe benefiting from it?
Yes, Ma'am CA. There's this actual merchant from Iligan. Siya yung pinakauna namin nakita na gumamit nung StreetBy app. Is it okay if I say the actual name of the merchant? So, that merchant, shout out po sa That Cookie Dough from Iligan. So, siya yung actually may pinakamalaking nakita namin na improvement on their sales because ginamit nila yung SME1. And ang average increase dun sa transaction niya is 45 to 47% transaction count. So, after that, nakita namin na tuloy-tuloy na increase both sa regular transaction and dun sa SME1 transaction. We also saw some customers na after ginamit yung SME1 sa kanila, they became additional users for StreetBy. Pero dun din ulit bumili sa same store. So, bali nagkaroon pa rin siya in a way ng additional customer and additional transaction pa din within that same month. So, from September 1 lang yun to end of September. I think hindi pa nga siya fully September 1 nag-start. September 1 nag-start yung SME1, pero in the middle of September na-activate yung SME1 feature nung merchant na yon ng That Cookie Dough. So, imagine what if the full month pa yun. So, marami talaga kami nakikitang opportunity with SME1.
Wow. So again, shout out to the Cookie Dough in Iligan City. Thank you for joining SME1. And for those of you who are still not familiar with SME1, this is a great opportunity for you, especially because it's a special program that StreetBy have launched. This is separate from your regular customers. Diba, atong regular customer, mag-order sila sa app, sila mag-go through. Ang SME1, kung naay magtawag or mag-add to sa merchant, tapos si merchant ang mag-order, si StreetBy, dili na take anything from the merchant. So, it's a great opportunity para makasave si merchant. At the same time, dili makuhaan ang iyang profit margin, which we all know is very, very important right now sa crisis na atong giatubang, no? So, Tel, please extend my regard to the Cookie Dough in Iligan. And I look forward to more SMEs joining this program. If they have a question, Tel, or if they want to join, what should they do? Where should they go?
So they can email us at sales@streetby.com or pwede na rin po silang mag-message directly sa Facebook page, sa official Facebook page ng StreetBy, and then our account manager will be in touch with them after.
Perfect. So guys, it's a win-win for all of us. For our customers, they get to enjoy the products that you're selling. For StreetBy, we get to cater and help you. And for our merchants, you get to still serve your customers without really getting a chunk of your profit margin. So, Tel, thank you again. I want to take the time to, bring back our all of our speakers. I think we have some questions from the audience, and it'll be awesome to kind of have a quick discussion on this. So I'll bring back Miss Rhoda as well as Karen, and Crystal is still with us. So hi again. Wow, very insightful gyud ang ato ang webinar today, no? Daghang mga question from the audience, and the first one, I'm gonna share it here. So there's a question, and here's the question. Tel, this is probably gonna be good for you, and then maybe we can also ask the other speakers to chime in. So what can StreetBy do to help small businesses who are operating from home. So I guess because of the pandemic, there's a lot of businesses right now who are, homegrown. Nag-start sila sa ilahang balay, and how can StreetBy help? And maybe perhaps, Karen and Rhoda, if you guys can also chime in on how the co-op or even, how we can help them. So let's start with you.
Actually, marami kaming nare-receive na inquiries about that. So, ang worry nila is, ma'am, wala kaming physical store, wala kaming actual pick-up place, but actually, there's nothing to worry about. So, that's the beauty of being a partner of StreetBy and having this type of platform. So, yung home or kung ano yung address or kung saan pinaprepare yung food, saan yung commissary, yun yung pwedeng maging pick-up address natin. So, hindi natin kailangan mag-rent ng actual space, actual store. We can, marami kami actually mga existing partner merchants na sa bahay lang nila ginagawa yung mga item or yung mga foods, especially those mga pre-ordered na delicacies. So, sa bahay lang pinipick up. So, ang importante lang po natin tandaan doon is yung the way na sinet up natin yung page, dapat tama yung pagkakapin ng address. Kasi mas, compared naman din kasi doon sa may mga actual store, medyo mahirap hanapin or ma-detect yung mga nasa bahay lang. So, it's very important na tama yung nilagay natin na address, tama yung pinin natin sa map. And it's important din actually na maglagay tayo ng kahit maliit na signage lang para mabilis siyang mahanap ni rider. But we accept those types of merchants naman po as partner of StreetBy. And actually, those are the types of merchants na ina-encourage namin maging part ng SME1.
Nice. So that's again for those who've been asking, we definitely welcome atong mga silingan, atong mga kauban sa community na ay mga negosyo from the balay, atong mga balay, very welcome sa StreetBy, no? So, Karen, how about you? What other maybe advice do you have for those businesses who are starting from home?
Yeah, first of all, get your business registered. Start with DTI because see, once you have your entity registered, it really helps you grow exponentially because there are a lot of partnerships that you can do. It's just like having a birth certificate, so you're a legal citizen, parang ganon. It doesn't cost that much if you think about it, because the growth that you will get from having your business registered is not, it cannot be compared sa imong operations nga di ka registered. There are certain limitations to that. So dili ka maka-grow, di ka maka-extend sa unsang kanang margin nga gusto nimo unta ma-reach. You cannot do that if you are not registered. So DTI registration is very easy. You can actually do that online. There's a process for that. Sayon lang gid siya. And if you need to register with your LGU, reach out to your LGUs. It doesn't really cost that much if you think about it. And the growth is exponential. So yes, don't hesitate. Mura lang siya, we got gasto-gasto, but it's necessary to operate. It's a necessity.
I like that. It's like a birth certificate. I really like that. So, Miss Rhoda, sa ato ang mga co-op, I know that it's for individual, right? So, what advice do you have for those who are just starting, who perhaps starting a business, naalang sila sa ilang balay, but they also wanna be part of a co-op para maka-take advantage po sila sa mga benefits from the co-op.
Yes, Miss Karen. For those just starting their businesses, there's always one tip that we give out to co-op members who are starting business. We would ask them to refrain from commingling their funds, their business funds, with the family budget, and with the budget for the non-business expenses. So it would be better if you could open an account, a savings account, specific for your business, for your business that you had just started, and to to make that account as the receiving and the disbursing account for everything that you do with your business. That way, you don't get to misuse the funds that's intended for the business. And secondly, you get to document your cash flow. And documenting your cash flow for a specific business would be a very good data, so that you can analyze and look into the how your business is doing, and later on that could also become your track record if ever you want to borrow from financial institutions, because that savings account can tell the financing institution how fast is the turnover of your business, and how big is the volume of the business that you are into.
Nice. Thank you for that. A follow-up question, okay, medyo related. Naapoy nag-ask from the audience, and it says, what advice can you give to those young entrepreneurs doing online business, especially on managing their finances?
Is that for me, Miss Cherry?
Yeah, I figured we start with you, Miss Rhoda.
I see, I see. For young people, this is actually a personal advocacy of mine. I really want young people to, at that early stage in their lives, that they would want to, that they would be able to already develop and appreciate the habit of savings, the habit of building up your savings. So, as any business, we would anticipate that you would have some sort of surplus or profits or income flowing in from your business. Many financial gurus would say that you should save at least 20% of your regular income to savings, and that you only use the rest of the 80% for your other expenses. Sabi nga nila, it's not a matter of how big or small your income is. It's a matter of lifestyle daw. So I would really appreciate young people who are already into business. First, I would like to congratulate you. It's sometimes rare. It's rare for young people to go into business already. So if you're that young, maybe around 22 to 25, and you're already into business, congratulations. But don't forget, the first steps towards financial success is to learn the habit of savings. So early on, we should already cultivate it among our young people and our young entrepreneurs.
Wow, so 80% dapat i-save ha. For those of you guys who are watching, let's take note of the tip that Miss Rhoda gave us. Talking about young, for the young folks, Karen, maybe we can hear from you, Karen, as a founder, as a business owner. What advice do you have for these young entrepreneurs, especially in managing their finances during this crisis?
Well, when it comes to finances, I must say I am a work in progress. So I would pivot a little bit into encouraging young people to start. Dagang kitag ideas, we have a lot of ideas, but then the important step is just to take a step to start. Okay, sometimes we have these wild ideas, we have this vision, we have these things in our heads that only if we could make it happen, but then we cannot because we do not do anything about it. So your skills can actually be something that you can sell. So Clevergrit Web Services offers services. It's not a tangible product. Websites are intangible, but these are things that are really needed by the businesses now. So mo na siya ang akong advice. Just go for it.
Nice. Yes, just go for it, and then cross the bridge when we get there, right? All right. So For our last question that we took, maybe we can start with Christelle. And, for right now, like what I said earlier, wala gyud playbook, wala gihatag sa ato na guide as to kung saon pag-deal aning COVID-19. We've been in this for over 3 months now, but it's like it's not something that you get used to. There's always something new. There's always something different, and we're always very cautious. But in the realm of a business, especially in technology, Miss Christelle, what can you say, or what advice do you have for the businesses out there who are very hesitant in embracing e-commerce? So daghan man tag mga kaila, mga silingan sa community na very old school, traditional business na anad sila sa una, and as they say, nganong baguhon man nga, wala may problema, diba? Mawalang uban na mentality. So from your perspective, Christelle, what do you say to those business owners and entrepreneurs who are hesitant in embracing e-commerce?
Actually, Ma'am si Ino, I remember something that my teacher once said way back in high school na I think fit na fit for what's happening right now. So, there's only one word daw na permanent in this world, and that is the word change. And every day, maraming changes na nangyayari. And if we don't adapt, mahuhuli tayo. Tayo din yung magsasuffer later on. So, masuggest ko lang po dun sa mga business owners na na-encounter namin madalas na they fear the world of e-commerce. They fear na baka magkamali sila. Let go of that fear. Actually, maswerte pa rin po tayo. Kasi meron tayong mga katulad ng ganitong technology na pwede nating i-take advantage for free. Marami tayong mga makukuhang support from the government, especially sa DTI. Alam ko po may mga binibigay silang mga workshops and seminars. Let's take advantage of that. Yung humahad lang sa atin para mag-venture into e-commerce, I think, is fear. Fear na baka magkamali, fear na baka mag-fail tayo, fear na baka, ay, hindi yan para sa akin kasi hindi naman ako marunong yan. Hindi ako marunong, cellphone nga lang, nahihirapan ako. Marami ako narinig na ganun. Pero, let go of that fear and accept po natin na hindi po sign ng weakness yung humanap tayo ng help from other people, and take advantage of every resources na meron, meron especially sa technology na side, especially if it's free. So, ayan, marami din po akong mga na-encounter ng mga merchants before na halos kaedara na ng mama ko, na talagang nag-adjust sila, they adapted to technology, to changes, kasi alam nila, yung change, hindi yan mapipigilan. So, we have to let go of that fear and adapt.
Thank you, Christelle. Really, I think we do encounter those dili lang atong mga merchant, but on our day-to-day lives, daghan pud tag mga friends, mga kaila na very hesitant. So thank you for sharing that. Miss Rhoda, how about you? Anything you wanna share to those who are hesitant in embracing e-commerce?
For those who are afraid not to take the first steps towards digitization and the use of online technologies for their business, let us all remember that most of the successful business people and the business organizations are those organizations that are able to respond and satisfy the needs and the demands of the market. And so if the market is already telling us to go online, use technology, innovate, we will have to respond. I don't think we have a choice here. So we will have to respond, even if it is something that we don't know of. In today's business environment, agility is very important. So, you will have to fake it till you make it. So, go lang and go. And then we could learn naman through as we go through the process now of using and adopting those technologies. Thank you, Miss
I love
Cherry.
that. I love it. Thank you for that advice. Miss Karen, bring us home. What advice do you have for those who are hesitant?
Well, what can I say? There is a gap between providers, service providers, and our small businesses. See, we have a lot of digital freelancers in the Philippines. We have a lot of marketers, digital marketers. And then we are one of the heaviest Facebook users. But then our businesses is the slowest to adapt to e-commerce. Isn't that right? Diba? Would you agree? And there is a reason for that. Sometimes dealing as a freelancer myself, as a digital marketer myself, I must say sometimes it can be difficult to deal with small businesses, with local small businesses. No, so a piece of advice for those who wants to engage in e-commerce: be clear and concise about what do you want, and also don't be afraid to learn, because kanang mouse sa inyong computer, it won't bite you. So exercise caution when sharing posts and sharing posts in social media. But when learning, do not be afraid to click, because the mouse on your desktop computer won't bite. And then for digital marketers in the Philippines as well, please take care of the small businesses who inquires about your services. You see potential there. So, okay, si auntie ko gusto na siya magpahimog website, magpahimog Facebook page kay para makadeal na siya with her customers. Take care of that client. Do not just offer them, okay, akin na siya. Basta na lang. Take care of the slightest inquiry that you get from small businesses. That's how we help the economy bounce back from the pandemic.
Thank you. Very well said. Ladies, I want to say thank you to the three of you for the insights and the learning that you've shared our audience today. We truly appreciate the time that you've shared with us despite your busy schedule. Before ta mag-end, giingnan gid ko nga dapat kita mag-selfie. So we have to do this selfie. So I hope our selfie team is ready to do a screenshot of us. Mark, I know you can hear us on the back end, and we are ready for that selfie. So 1, 2, 3, smile. Awesome. All right. Well, again, thank you kaayo sa inyong time. You have I hope you know that we're very thankful sa inyong time today. I hope we could invite you to future SME1 events. I hope dili niyang last time. So with that being said, I also want to invite those folks who are new to SME1 to register and join us. Our speakers for today have been very insightful, and this will not be the last episode for SME1. We do this about twice or once a month, where we provide different insights, different topics to help our SME partners thrive during this time of the pandemic. So again, thank you, speakers. Thank you so much. I know we'll be talking to you guys again soon. Bye. Okay, everybody. Sorry about that. We had a technical difficulty, but that's the beauty of going live on Facebook, right? It's raw. What you see is what you get. But again, I just want to say one more time, thank you so much to our guest speakers, Ms. Christelle, Ms. Rhoda, as well as Ms. Karen. Again, thank you so much for the plethora of wealth that you shared with us. So before we end, I really wanted to make sure we go back live again, because we wanted to make sure that you are all aware that we have something special for you guys. So I'm calling all of our local merchants, atong mga negosyante, atong mga cafes, mga restaurants, ngadto sa CDO, dito sa Iligan City, Malaybalay, Valencia, Bukidnon, and also atong silingan sa Davao City. SME1 is actually created for you. This is a special program where we truly want to help our small, medium enterprises, ang atong mga lokal na negosyante, aron makapadayon ta sa atong negosyo despite the pandemic. It's a really great program, so please take advantage of it. You can sign up and you get a chance to win. Ang atong mga partner merchants na mag-sign up sa SME1 na may special prize for you to even help you na makakuha pagitag daghang mga customers. So it's the gift that keeps on giving, as they say. So again, SME1 is for you. This is specially created so that we can thrive during the time of the pandemic. It's very, very easy to sign up. Just reach out to us on our Facebook page. So if you haven't followed us yet, make sure you click like on our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter. That way you can message us and ask us about SME1. Sa yun ra kaayo ang pag-sign up. Very, very easy. So reach out to us. Sign up dayon, aron na ay chance na makadaog. So, it's a sign up and win program. Atong mga awhagon, atong encourage ang atong mga kailang nga mga negosyante, labi na tong mga gusto mag-appeal sa ato ang platform. Take advantage of this. Try it. Try it for a week. Try it for a month. There is no contract, and I can guarantee you, once you sign up, you are definitely gonna like it because it's not gonna eat from your profit margin. Okay? So again, thank you so much for joining us. The next episode number 3 is coming up in the next 2 weeks. So please again follow us and like us on Facebook para makakita mo sa next episode. One last thing, just want to give a shout out to our StreetBy riders all over Mindanao. Shout out to our StreetBy team all over Mindanao. And most importantly, shout out sa atong mga partner merchants o sa atong mga customers who are supporting Tatak Local. Remember, StreetBy is a proud Mindanaoan product. It is made by all 100% Filipinos for the Filipino community. So thank you for watching us. Have a great day, and thank you again for watching us. StreetBy, ato ni bye. Bye now.